Hello everyone. Today we will learn how to plot a graph for any mathematical quantity quite effectively and very time efficiently. So the tool we are gonna use is a platform or a portal that is available on the internet and can be found at desmos.com. Okay, so for this just search Desmos on your Google browser. You will get the first link for graphing calculator. Just tab over here and the Google will open up the Desmos graphing window. Okay, so this will be the home page for Desmos graphing calculator. This would look like this. Okay, and in the left side of this you will get a slot. You will get like the space where you can write the function of your mathematical quantity, and in the right side on these axes the graph will be auto plotted. Okay, so if I have to draw the graph for sine x, just I will type here sine x, and here it is auto drawn. Okay, so I can change it to sine of x upon 2, sine of x upon 2. So this is sine x upon 2. Okay, now what if I want x upon 2 as the argument of sine function? So it is this simple. Sine, I will start the bracket x forward slash 2, close the bracket, close the bracket. It's done. So this is sine x upon 2. So you can do any function with the help of this. So let's try to do some more things we can do with the help of this mouse. Okay, so let's confine ourselves to the very basic function for sine. So just we are here with sine function, sine x. But if you can see, the steps on the y-axis is quite fine. It's in numbers like 1, 2, 3 and 4, but the steps on the x-axis is contrary in number, which should have been in terms of pi, that is in angle. Okay, so it need to be changed in terms of pi upon 2, like that. Okay, so this can be done using the change in setting. You can do the graph setting from here. Just click here. Okay, so here you will find option to just label the axis and just to put the steps whatever you want for the axis. Just I want in y-axis that the steps should be in terms of pi upon 2, just like pi, it will be converted into pi forward slash 2. So now your y-axis is in terms of pi upon 2, but this is something which we are not looking at. So let this be in terms of 0.5. Okay, but instead on x-axis we want it to be converted in terms of pi upon 2. So here it goes. So now we are having our x-axis in terms of pi upon 2 and our y-axis in terms of decimal 5. So this is all set for our graphing utility, and here it is. So you can see just enlarge bit graph. So here it is. So and you can even just like vanish this operating window. Just clicking these double arrows, it will go inside. So here it is. Just reduce the size a bit more, so our graph is quite more visible now, and here it goes. Okay, so as we know, for the sine function, so the maximum value is attained at +1 and the minimum value is attained at -1, and it is quite relevant in the graph even. And more specifically at pi upon 2 the value turns out to be 1, and at pi the value reduces to 0, and it is all something that we were interested in. Okay, but there are something more that should be modified in this graph to make it more relevant. Okay, so let's do that. Again, go back to the graph setting, and at this time I'm interested in arrowing the graph. Like graph must be arrowed, so it will add arrows to the axis. So it is quite good now. Now I want that for y-axis it represents that this is y-axis and this axis should be represented as x-axis. So I could even label it for x-axis. I can write x-axis, and for y-axis I can write y-axis, and in bracket whatever I want I can write. Suppose this one is sine axis, so I can write this is sine x. So this is all perfectly set. This is fine. Okay, so this is done, and here you can so now if we will go and reducing the size, it will auto populate the information and it will be like auto resoluted. So you need not to be worried how the axes are going to change when you change the resolution for the graph. All right. Okay, so let's see what more we can do with the graph settings. Okay, so let's enlarge a bit. Fine. Now if I want to hide these grid lines, this can be even done from this setting. Just need to remove these grid lines. Okay, so this is perfectly fine, like the graph we draw on our notebook or something. So this looks quite well. And but what if I want to change the color for these graphs, like it is in green color but I want them in black? So this can be altered from going here. Just go over the show list, click over here. Now you can see your sine x, the default color in the circle, it is showing green. We need to change it to black. What we can do, just click over here. Okay, so it will give option for a styling and coloring. For a styling, we can have the complete line like a running line, we can have dotted lines, we can have broken lines. Whatever the styling or formatting we want for the graph, we can opt out from here. Okay, for the time being we are opting the smooth line. Okay, but I want its color to be black. It can be changed from here. It's fine. Now we are having graph in black color. It's well and good. Now what, like all our key points are highlighted here, like key points, how the key points are running. These are the points on y-axis at the steps we have made. Okay, now this is something. Okay, so now I want to represent this point. Now click again here, it will so these points will be illustrated on the graph once you click over the dot. Okay, this one is 0, 0, this. So your whole graph is plotted. And now if you want to like copy this and paste somewhere else, just go to the sniping tool. Sniping tool you will get in your Windows. Just this sniping tool, here it is, sniping tool. So go over this new, and you will get this plus symbol. Just drag it from here or whatever the portion you want. It will come in the red box. I want this much region to be carved in, so just this much. Fine. So the graph is plotted. You can copy this from here, click there, copy, or instead you can use Ctrl plus C key, so it will also help. So anywhere you want, suppose I want to be inserted at OneNote, I will go to OneNote, and I want to be inserted here. Suppose I want to be inserted here. Just click on Control V. So here it is inserted. Okay, now whatever you want to change, you want to enlarge, you want to change the shape, so it's quite good. Okay, so this graph is there. So it's visible even, it's like proportionate even, and it is like friendly